Welcome to the best damn arm wrestling sports show. I'm Scott Wynn here with Reza, and we're going to do a couple of interviews with a couple of top-notch 165, 154 pounders. Reza?
What's up, guys? Sam, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hell yeah, Sam Pofcher here. I'm currently living in Rhode Island on the East Coast. Multi-time 143-pound, 154-pound national champion. Been arm wrestling. It's my 5th year. I love to arm wrestle. I travel for work. I grand open personal training studios. So you'll catch me across the nation arm wrestling everybody and anybody.
Oh yeah, Bubba. Jake, introduce yourself as well, buddy.
Jake Houston. I'm from Kansas City, and I've been arm wrestling about 6 years. I'm up in North Dakota right now. I've been all over the place. Arm wrestled Kansas City, Arkansas, North Dakota, Minnesota. Trained with all the guys everywhere. Just coming off a couple super matches. I was talking to Scott about looking for a top 5 guy. So we kind of went down the list and thought that would be a good match to make.
Okay, and nice to meet you, Jake. I don't actually believe I've ever met you, man. So my name's Reza. It's nice to officially meet you.
Yeah, I met you in Vegas when I came down with Scott and.
Oh, you came with Scott to Vegas. Oh shit.
Yeah, and I think
Sorry.
you know. Those are crazy times. So, and I think you know my buddy that I train with in North Dakota, Clifton Erickson, because I think you were helping him out for a little bit.
Yeah. I trained him a little bit, and Clifton's a really good guy, man. He's got crazy potential, a lot of power.
Yeah. He's gotten pretty big, so that's who I train with.
Nice.
Yeah.
Terry, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, buddy.
All right, Terry Presson from Camden, Tennessee. 35 years old. August will be my 5 years of pulling. I'm a 176-pound puller. I don't look to move up. I'm looking to make a name for myself in this weight class. Been training with Reza on and off for a couple of years now. I'm at the gym right now, taking arm wrestling pretty seriously currently. I got a match with Brandon Moody coming up in August for the 180-pound left-hand belt. That'd be a PAF belt. And he'll be probably my biggest challenge left-handed this far. He's a little heavier guy. He's going to come meet me at 180. And so I got June, July, and maybe a week in August to prep for that match. So that's kind of what.
Okay, Terry, we lost your audio. Try and get that fixed for us. Beautiful. Yeah, so thanks for introducing yourselves, guys. Everyone knows me and Scott. So let's get into this idea about a super match. Scott, do you wanna bring it up or?
No, I mean, I know Jake Houston pretty good. I know Jake's an up-and-coming top dog right now in the 54 class and the 65. I know he's in the hunt to get on the, go up on the rankings. And, we talked about Sam a little bit, and I thought, yeah, that's a pretty good, that's a good matchup right there.
Sam, how do you feel about a super match? Do you feel that there needs to be money on the line? Is it something that is it something you see yourself wanting to do with Jake over here? Have you seen him pull before? Do you know anything about him?
No. Never. Stoked to meet you, dude. Never seen you pull. But that always gets me a little bit excited. I'm actually, if you're over by Scott, I'm actually planning on being out in the neck of that woods real soon. Like that's where I'm planning on locating myself next. So I'm kind of in the process over the next 30 days of moving and getting all that organized. But I mean, all that sounds exciting for me because I got nothing lined up over the next few weeks. I think Reza Sensei, we talked. I'm in the process. I got 5 weeks left of just really doing PT and resting. I had some serious elbow issues, as you know. They haven't been holding me back, but I think I'd be at a different place if they were 100%. So that's kind of my biggest focus right now and getting moved. But I mean, having something to train for and get excited about, I mean, and lose a little bit of sleep over, I don't mind that one bit. That always gets me fired up.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. So Jake, tell me a little bit about how you pull. Are you a top roller? Are you hook? Are you all around? Like what kind of style do you utilize?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all around, whatever I need to do. I mean, I like to pull outside, but I'll go inside too. I mean, I started out as a hook puller, and now I'm kind of more of a outside puller now. But
And have you won a state title, or have you won any big tournaments that I might know about?
yeah, I've won Michigan State, Montana State, Kansas
There we
State,
go.
Arkansas State.
Nice. So you're getting around, bro. You're hitting some tournaments, it sounds like.
I got fifth at Arnold's at 176 2 years ago, and won my last 2 super matches against top 10 guys.
Nice. And what was your last match or competition that you've been in?
I had a super match 2 weeks ago at 160 for the PAF 160 belt right hand.
Nice. Terry, do you know Jake at all, or?
I don't know Jake. You know, I've heard his name. I've never pulled with him. I haven't pulled with a lot of the guys from the Midwest. I've been to Kansas City one time a couple months ago, and it sounds like he might be a little bit lighter than me. If he's pulling for, you know, a 160 belt, you know, we probably hadn't been in many of the same classes anyway, but it sounds like he's on a pretty good tear right now.
They actually had a super match at that Kansas City, that NAPIT event. That was against a top 10 guy. He was ranked 9th in the hook, and that was a super match I had there.
Nice. It sounds like we got to make a super match happen between you guys. Scott, opinion?
Yeah, I mean, Terry, I don't think I've ever met you. Where are you from?
I'm from Tennessee. I'm from a little rural town in West Tennessee, my man.
Right on. And how long you been pulling?
August will be 5 years. I got with James Work. I found Tennessee Arm Wrestling on Facebook about 5 years ago. James Work took me right in. He's got a good group of guys that are veteran pullers, and he's been working with me. You know, he taught me how to put a strap around my hand to work pronation and supination. So he started from the bottom with me. And that's my main group of guys. I've been to Alabama a couple of times recently to pull with, you know, Tony and Josh and Justin. And we went to the Toddzilla seminar in Florida. So we got to hang out with Artem and Daniel. So I've been making my rounds a little bit, you know, traveling and testing myself against some guys, you know, in this area. And I look forward to venturing out a little bit. I probably need a little more time behind me. And then maybe next year, I'd like to go to Nevada. That looked like a pretty good event they had a couple weeks ago. I think in another year, I could be competitive with those guys. So I'm looking forward to traveling a little bit in the near future.
Right on, right on. Yeah, it sounds like you got a good group of guys to train with. That's for sure.
For sure.
Very cool. Very cool. I think Sam and Jake would be an outstanding match. You know, both are quick, both are strong, both have good endurance. You know, I've seen Jake pull a little bit. Got to hang out with them in Reno. I think did I meet you in Reno, or did I? Yeah, I did meet you in Reno. I didn't meet you at Arnold's, right? Or did we already know each other?
I think Arnold's might have been the first. It was Arnold's, and then Reno, and then Vegas.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. Yeah. Reno was a blast, of course. That tournament.
Yeah.
What a venue, dude.
Yeah,
right?
It was nuts. Yeah.
That's one of the best venues
I've
been to. Without
if they when they do that again, I definitely want to go try and make it.
Yeah, me as well.
Sure.
Yeah, if you guys get a chance, you definitely want to hit that tournament. That's Denise and Leonard. And it was like, what was it in? Like it had a swimming pool, a nightclub.
It was in the casino, the hotel, and it was like a nightclub or whatever. Where was that? There was a hotel, and there was like shit for dancers and stuff to be up there, and like it was just like the whole presentation was badass, big ass screen shit, and
and they
had the bodybuilding event going on. Yeah, so yeah,
that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. So you guys, we could set up a super match out here in Cali. We already got one set up with Oleg and.
Are you going to do it at an event? Are you doing it at an event or like just at a venue?
I think we're gonna set something up ourselves.
Yep.
Something a little more closed caption where we can film it and it won't be out of control with everybody else trying to post the shit as it's
Yep.
happening. Give you guys a chance to do like interviews before and after. I think would be really cool.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
That's a sick format. I've been thinking about that probably all of like for the past 12 months, like tournaments or super matches, right? It just kind of seems like arm wrestling's in this weird balance right now where it's being led by super matches, but you know, the tournaments kind of seem like the tell-all. That's really just like, you know, what kind of gets everyone's creative juices flowing on who they want to go against.
yeah. I mean, to me, tournaments are like running laps, right? You can always go jump out on the track and do some laps, but if you want to do a sprint and race somebody, you know what I mean? There's no better way than one-on-one to see who's faster or who's better. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm all about like tournament, super match format being the way of establishing rankings for sure.
Jake, what do you normally weigh? I'm walking around at 162 right now. Like I'm 5'6".
Yeah, I'm walking around about 163.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm actually 162 right now as well because I'm making 54 on Saturday. So we can do 65 or 54. I don't care.
Cool.
I would recommend you guys
Whatever.
go at like 155.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
that's
155?
competition weight. Yeah, if you guys are competing at 154, 155, your competition weight compete on point, you know?
Yeah, 160. I mean, I wouldn't go higher than 160, but you're right there. I mean, that's what, 6 pounds.
Yeah, that's fine. 160 would be great for me. I mean, it's not, don't have to cut hardly any weight and be, you know, healthy about it and everything. So
What do you roll at, Sam?
I'm like I said, I'm 162 right now.
Okay, so perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do 154 though. That's like where I like to compete at. If I'm gonna do a super match, if I'm gonna go to a tournament, they're all 165 and 150 and 160. So if I get to have a say in it, 154 for sure.
Well, Sam competed with Cody at 54. And most of the tournaments that he's entered, he's competing at 54. So I think it's best to stay on point with the competition.
Yeah. Yeah, 54 would be great.
You know, it's a little bit, I don't know how easy it is for you guys to make cuts, but you know, 6 pounds isn't that bad.
No.
I've cut the 38, bro. 138.
43 is for the
so
43 is the last nationals.
Hey, I started out at 135. World champ.
Those days are long gone.
Yep.
Right?
Blame hostess.
You almost wonder because like, I mean, what do you guys think? It's like the 155 class, like the 165 class in Nevada.
Mhm.
Huh. I mean, I don't know where you're at, Sam or Jake, but that class was very light. There was nobody there. I think I want to say there was only 3 guys in the class, but maybe 5.
Yeah. Well, I seen that, and Roman was in the class.
Yeah. And that was, I mean, with Roman and what's his name? From Armenia, just those 2 pullers alone should make every 54 in the nation drive out there to get put on the rankings. I mean, you know, show some balls, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, those are the tournaments you go. I don't care if there's 3 people. Those are the 2 people I want to pull. And to be able to pull Isaac Luna after having not pulled him for 3-4 years, that's a bonus too.
Sure.
You know?
And $500 for first place? Come on, man.
I made money losing to Roman last year at that event.
Hell yeah. Can't beat that.
Right.
Yeah. I'd like another shot at him left-handed for sure. For sure. For sure.
Did you guys get a chance to see Nano Cruz's video that he just put out of it's kind of like an introductory video. It's pretty damn good, man.
Yeah, I just watched it like a couple hours ago, and that was badass. Yeah.
Pretty freaking neat.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It's funny because we're just talking about doing just that. Like even at practices, if you can like slash the name to whoever that person is, like Reza like years ago was one of the first people to go to practices and ask, you know, tell them Reza what you would do.
I remember the video of you and Vazgen. You introing Vazgen at Alan Fish's practice.
I would just walk up to people and be like, yo, what's your name? How long you been arm wrestling? What got you into arm wrestling? And what's your move? You know? And essentially, like, I was doing it more to just get intel not really like publish it and be like a famous popular
Who am I
person.
banging
was just
inside
like,
of?
who's arm wrestling around me and what do they do? And everywhere I went, I'd essentially document as much as I could until I knew a person. Then I'd just be like, "Yo, what's up, homie?" But for the most part,
Yeah, and to look back on it and look how young everybody is. That's the other thing, and where they're at in their careers. You know what I mean? Jamie Sheldon and so many guys back then that have evolved a great deal since then.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
But
Terry,
I thought the video was pretty awesome.
are
Yeah,
any
for
of you
sure.
guys planning on competing at the nationals this year?
The
IFA.
Nationals or worlds?
The IFA Nationals Worlds.
Well, there's two.
I've been thinking about it.
There's
Do I
two.
get banned for doing it?
Yeah.
Uh,
Reza, there's two, right? They got a nationals on the 24th of this month, which is, we won't get into that unless you want to. And then they have the worlds in September.
oh shit. Okay.
Right.
I'm lost in all the leagues, man.
I'm telling you, this nationals just popped up. Like, they're like, hey, let's be the IFA from, whatever, and let's throw a national tournament. When the worlds is essentially, that's exactly what it's going to end up being, is more of a national,
Well, I'm interested to see
/ world championship.
With the whole COVID situation, how many people fly to the United States? How many international athletes make it to the United States to compete in the worlds? I know that Canadians will, maybe Brazilians, but some of the maybe not Brazilians. Actually, it's high risk. I don't know what their travel restrictions are. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can still come into the country, but it'll just be interesting to see, who actually.
Yeah, the turnout, if it's gonna be watered down or not, or if it's gonna be mostly like a nationals. I'm not planning on going to that this month because if I want to go to Worlds, I've already qualified for that, so I'll just probably hold off. I was actually thinking about hitting up a tournament in Florida on that same day, but I'm not sure yet for sure if I'm gonna do that.
Random note. So what did you guys think about Devin's match with Michael?
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Partiality?
It's what we wanted to happen. It's what the fans wanted to happen.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Sick.
It went against my prediction, but it was awesome to see.
Hashtag commitment. Commitment. After seeing him get toyed with literally in person at Zloty 2018 by Dennis, that was such a mental redemption to watch. Him go in like not prepared and then go in very prepared. You can just see it wasn't even about, for me, me watching it, I could see him beating Dennis, not beating Michael. That wasn't about beating Michael. That was about showing up prepared.
Yeah.
That's what I felt about it. To me, that's what it's all about,
Terry,
showing up
what's your
being a better
input on
dude.
it?
Did you ask about me? My input?
Yeah. What's your input, Bubba?
Leading up to the match, me and the Tennessee group chat talked about, our predictions. And Devin's my favorite arm wrestler. Okay. Devin, I think I've got a lot of my exercises and a lot of my techniques from Devin initially, rising, cupping, rolling, supination. And I always like seeing Devin succeed, but after, Monster beat him in 18, I thought, well, Devin's the underdog. And then, Monster Michael Todd's been pretty active on YouTube, with his training. He's been showing a lot. He's been showing a lot of the exercises. He's been showing a lot of his, records that he's been breaking. He's been getting stronger. His arms getting stronger. His hands getting stronger. Nobody can turn him over. And then Devin, I don't know Devin personally. I just know what I see on YouTube. But I know a couple months ago he was having some health issues, and I thought that slowed him down. And so I thought that Monster Michael Todd had been like progressing at least incrementally the whole time, and Devin had a little downtime. So I thought that would be the difference. I thought Devin would have the same shape that he did in 18, but Devin come a lot bigger and a lot stronger. And Devin has been as far as I could tell, I don't know him personally, but just from, listening to him speak, he's really been focusing on a center of the table strength, right here. And I think that you could tell right away in their match that Michael Todd was overmatched. Whatever he did, he couldn't move Devin from right here. And Devin couldn't flash pin him, but Devin had to work him in, get behind his shoulder, press. He showed the world how to be the King's mover. And so what do you do to be the King's mover? Well, you just be stronger than them and you turn them over, So I think that that may be easier said than done, but I think ultimately, what's going to win at the end of the day is, center table strength like Devin showed us. And I was surprised at that result, but happy to see it.
Absolutely.
Can we all just comment that like Devin is a huge person? Like, have you ever seen him in person? He's like kind of a regular guy, but like 6'7", like 6'6". That frame has never even been close to being filled out. Like, he's never looked thick in his life until now. Like, he still doesn't even look maxed out. You know what I mean? Like, he's still just like a jack dude, not even like a fat guy yet. It's just like the potential's outrageous.
Yeah, that stature's kind of hard to beat when you're that long and lanky and you're that strong. Full, complete hand dominance. That's how you beat the King's move. You got to control it from the go and keep control of the hand. And he did that, and did it like in
his shoulder
amazing
cup
fashion.
was just, you could just see it center of the table. Just amazing.
Let me say this too. Michael Todd has, had his routine for however long now, and he's never had to change anything, at least lately, because he's never been tested like that. So he's been thinking, hey, what I'm doing is working. I'm getting stronger at this particular thing. So it's going to be even better now. But I was watching him yesterday. It wasn't a live. It was a replay of something he had done recently after the match. But he basically said that he's tearing down his whole routine. And he even just straight up said that he's going to start doing some of the stuff that Devin's been doing, if it's the hold and the pulses, so Devin, I think, has maybe fundamentally changed the way that North American arm wrestlers are going to approach training. I personally feel like he went over there, got beat by Dennis, took it personally, but also took it upon himself to develop better training techniques to make him strong like they're strong. So I think a lot of what he's doing is coming from what they're doing over there. And I think maybe now, finally, it's going to make its way over here.
Terry, here's what I'm going to counter and kind of bring in a little bit of controversy, which is Devin was not supplementary. Like, his supplement regimen was definitely very much modified in the pre-match to this. So in the building up to this tournament, you can see his stature gain. It's not just pancakes. So that's something.
What are you
else,
talking about? It's pancakes and syrup.
Reza,
you gotta have the syrup.
Can we make a statement though? Because you're such a big conveyor of this. I think it was such a good display of not training negative positions. Like, he did not go into a negative position in any way, shape, or form. Like,
similar to what Terry was saying was the center of the table isolation. So maintaining, this is something that I've always told a lot of guys, is really focus on control at the center. If you can control somebody from the center of the table, you can kind of dictate a lot of the match. But to do so, there tends to be, you have to have like a 10 to 12, sometimes 15% strength variance. You have to be that much stronger than your opponent to have that kind of control.
Yeah, and it's not just center. It's center on your side of the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not center on the table. It's your side of the table, center, middle of the table, complete dominance. But yeah, I mean, as far as supplementation and stuff, I mean, we all know Devin's always had the knowledge. It's always been there. That's one of the things I admired about him in the beginning, when I come to find out who he was, coming back into the sport back in 2009. And I was like, this dude's pretty damn good. And I'd watch his matches. I was like, this dude's a technician. And then he kind of started to slide a little bit and go towards the other side, per se, and advocating.
You're muted, Scott. We lost you.
Uh,
There we go.
oh God. He's always been the man when it comes to be one of the smartest guys on the table, and how to manipulate the match as it's going on and come from a losing position where you think there's no way back, and somehow he does it. And that's because of his table knowledge. That's what makes him so good. You know, he's definitely got stronger. There's no doubt about it. He got bigger, but it was his knowledge that won the match, without a doubt. You know,
Any opinions on sorry to change the subject, guys, but I'm going to go to a random one, which we've seen all over Facebook and the internet. Any opinions on a Levon versus Devin match?
I'd like to see Shavy first.
Okay.
yeah. Who's the other guy? The skinnier guy, Vitaly. Let's not even talk about Levon. Levon, like, you know what I mean? That dude, not that he sits on a seat by himself, but, you know, theoretically, as far as I see, the two that match up best is Vitality and
Well, another interesting thing, I was on Facebook earlier, and there's a match for Sabian
Yes, you read my mind.
beats Levon. It was kind
He's
of
amazing.
threw me off. I
I-
didn't even know that match happened. So
Oh, I would love to see his return to arm wrestling. That is a bad mofo right
but I
there.
think that was an old match, so I don't think
yeah, it's gonna say when was that?
2018,
yeah,
right
so,
before Leivon, you know, got the world title and did the Zloty thing.
yeah,
the
but
top eight.
3 years of consistent training, bro.
Dude, Levon's a monster. Hey, come on, the guy's 3 years of consistent training, bro. Come on, you talk about supplementation. That dude's a freaking monster, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it adds up.
Team.
Devin's on the right path. He just needs another 2 more years of supplementation, and he'll be just blowing up his Levon, and we can have the craziest super match of the century.
We could
Literally.
nickname him Andre the Giant. Like, seriously.
I just know that if whoever it is, I would like to see it happen sometime in the near future while Devin is in this form.
Yeah.
What do you mean? That goes away?
It might. Well, I hope not, because I want to see it.
Well, he did
Yeah,
say,
no.
Devin said himself that you know, in the past he could defend, you know, his spot in the world. He thought maybe those days might be behind him, but what he was good at now is building a tower. So like building up to a form when he has to. And I know he said that he put a lot on his body, asked a lot of it. I don't expect him to stay in this form just from what he said, because he said that he was going to fast some, you know, and kind of help get his
Well,
body
he
under
needs
control.
to-
He said his gut probably looked like Elvis's gut when they found him on the toilet. So I think he's pretty mindful of what his body's endured. I think he'll get healthy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when something is set up for the future, I think he'll start building his tower again.
Yeah. Again, that's with age, you know, when he was young, I'm pretty sure he was in the military. That was keeping him in shape, you know, without him having to really try. And that's probably what contributed to a lot of his high endurance. Keep oxidate, you know, his body was used to just keep oxygenation into his muscles, so he didn't get oxidative stress or free radical damage or lactic acid buildup as quick. And then as he retired, probably didn't have that long, consistent endurance movement, and he had to change up his style, you know. And as all of us, we have to evolve if you want to stay in the sport.
Sure.
You did a good job. But Scott, maybe we can get these two guys hooked up after today's meeting and get them into a super match, and then see what's
100%.
good. We'd like to find somebody for Terry eventually, but I think Terry's already got something lined up, don't you, buddy?
Left-handed. Yeah, left-handed in August.
Yeah. So that'll be a good one to see. And I think it was good shooting the shit with you guys today.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
I
Hell
thought it.
yeah.
For sure,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah,
Well,
Jake,
good,
Yeah.
we
Good to see you,
definitely
dudes.
gotta. It's funny, your last name's Houston. I'm going to Houston, so it's
Oh,
too
yeah?
bad you don't live in Houston, but
Houston, we have a problem.
yeah, so take it easy, guys.
Hell yeah. Later.
See ya.
All right.